Well, hello, mamas. Jessica Coulter here. Let's talk about days off from school. Let's focus on mental health and lazy days today. So, I want to hear from you. Does your teen seem to be really lazy and like do nothing on his days off from school? Let me know down below. Excuse me. What a normal holiday, whether it's like Labor Day, like we just had, or professional development day, looks like for your teen. Is he sitting around watching TV? Is he hanging out with friends, working on homework, sleeping in? Like, what is going on? I ask because that is our theme for this week, our topic for the week, all about days off from school. So today I want to focus on the mental health side of things. Before we really get going, though, I want to welcome you here to the video on YouTube and on Facebook. I also want to encourage you to join my Facebook group. If you're not already a member, there's a link in the description. All right, so lazy versus mental health. You might be going, all right, Jessica, sometimes I'm lazy because I need some mental rest. Or you might be going, okay, yeah, some days my teen needs to, take a break. We need to work on our mental health. And I totally agree. I totally agree that some days are lazy days, they're restful, they're relaxing to, make sure mental health is good. That sometimes we need those days. Totally agree with that. But the thing I want to stress today, the thing that I really want to discuss is that there are days for mental health and there are days to be lazy just because it sounds fun. Okay, so that's really what I really want to focus on. Because I got to tell you that on days off from school, your teen's got a few choices. And we're going to talk about this all this week. And that is, so we need to talk about the fact that your teen needs to use these days off from school wisely. Now, we talked about Labor Day being the test run. If your teen was back in school in August, then Labor Day is really going to set the tone for the rest of the year. Now, if your teen was sleeping in, if your teen was waiting till the last minute to do homework, all of these things, that's going to be how every one-off holiday throughout the year, one-off day from school is going to go. But I want your teens to make the best use of these. So if your teen needs a break from school, needs a break from everyday hustle and bustle, that's okay. So I want your teen to actually be able to use these days off from school for mental health days. But the thing I want to caution you, and the thing that your teen might not understand yet, moms and dads that are watching, you might do this yourselves. So definitely think about this, because if you're doing it, your teens definitely are. We want your teens to have some like these stress reduction techniques, these mindfulness techniques in their everyday routines, instead of just saving and holding out for these days off from school. Okay, I don't want your teens thinking, I just got to make it to this day. I just got to, deal with this, and this overwhelm and this stress and this worry and this anxiety until this day off from school. Okay, I don't want that to happen. Because if your teen's doing that, then these days off from school really aren't going to be truly relaxing. They're just going to be a chance to breathe, to try to recover. And recovery days definitely are not fun, lazy days. Okay, so let's talk about this more. Before we do, if you're just now joining us, be sure to become a subscriber on my YouTube channel. Make sure you become a follower of my Facebook business page, as I will be sharing more live videos all about learning, all about teens, all about school, several days each week. So let's talk about the fun side, the lazy days, okay? Because I got to tell you, the best way, in my opinion, to enjoy a day off from school, or, a random day off from work, like if you've got like a holiday or something. So definitely, we're talking about your teens here specifically. Do you know if your teen knows, hey, I'm all caught up. Hey, my mental health is great because I feel calm, I feel relaxed, I feel stress-free, and I've got these processes in place for me. I'm doing my gratitude journals. I am, maybe doing some kind of breathing techniques, whatever it is that works for your teen. Do you know that when your teen has a day off from school, Well, then he gets to have a lazy day. He chooses to go, I'm going to hang out with my friends today. Or, hey, I want to watch a movie with mom today. Or, hey, I just want to sit on my phone for as long as I'm allowed to, whatever your rules are. But that's a very different attitude than if your teen is like drowning. If he's trying to just figure out, okay, this is what's been happening for the last 2 weeks, or maybe even the last month or two, and now I finally get to try to put the pieces together. Well, that's totally different than a lazy day. Okay, so today, this video, I really hope that I helped you understand, moms, that there's a difference between mental health and lazy. Okay, I want your teens to have awesome mental health. I mean, the research shows just how important it is that our teens know how to be stress-free, that they know how to be mindful, that they know these practices to really help their brains, not only with what I teach, with the academic side, the study side, but also the social emotional side of things, let alone just, literally how they feel. Okay, I'm definitely not a psychologist, definitely not a counselor, but do know this stuff, this, if you will call it the touchy-feely stuff, the mental health side of things, it really makes a huge difference in your teens' overall well-being at school. So definitely do know lazy days are awesome days, but they're totally different than recovery days. And I want these days off from school to be enjoyable for you and for your teens. Now, I will be talking this week about preparing for these days off, about how to make the most of them. So definitely encourage you to catch those. And I also encourage you to join me in my Facebook group called Teaching Teens to Love Learning. The link is in the description. You'll click that, answer a couple questions. Would love to have you join us so you can learn how I help teens love to learn by teaching them how to learn through different study skills, and all based on teens' learning styles and personal interests. So thank you so much for watching. If you've got questions, feel free to drop them down below or join me in the group and ask them that way. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.